Hey Porters, I'm Ethan, and it's time for your LTHS Week in Review. Our top story for the week is about our girls volleyball team. Over the weekend, the Porters competed against Marist on Friday, November 15th in the semifinals, where they fell short. On Saturday, November 16th, the Porters took on Huntley Red Raiders for the third place, and the Porters were successful in 2 straight sets, beating the Red Raiders 25-12 and 25-21. Congratulations on taking third place in state. This is the first time the girls volleyball team has made it to state in 25 years, and the best finish in state since they won it 31 years ago in 1993. Great job, players and coaches. Last week on Thursday, November 14th, 272 new student members were inducted into the James McKinnon Smith chapter of the National Honor Society. For the list of students being recognized, visit the LTHS website. Each year, LTHS D205 honors veterans with a special video. This year, we're proud to feature Mr. Bob Champlin, a veteran and science teacher. Watch the video to hear what Veterans Day means to him.
Hello, I'm Dr. JJ, Principal of East Campus.
And I'm Dr. Carrie Green, Principal of Central Campus. On this Veterans Day, we pause to honor the brave men and women who have selflessly served our nation. Their courage, dedication, and sacrifice have protected the freedoms we hold dear. Today, we express our deepest gratitude for all that they've done and continue to do, so we can live in a world of peace and opportunity.
On behalf of District 205, we thank every veteran, past and present. Your service inspires us all, and we stand in awe of the strength you have shown. You are the heart of this nation, and we will never forget the sacrifices you have made. District 205 salutes you today and every day.
My name is Bob Champlin, and I teach AP Physics 5 periods a day, first year and second year. I've been coaching probably 25 years of my teaching. I started coaching in the 90s, coached for 5 years then, and then I took a little break when my kids were little, and then I started coaching again, tennis, from about 2005 till the current time. This is my 32nd year here at Lockport, my final year. I'm retiring at the end of the school year. And started in 1993 at Central Campus when that was the junior-senior building years ago. And then I shifted over here back in 98. But I've primarily been teaching physics the whole time. Now I just teach AP Physics, the second year class and then the first year class. So while I was in college, as many students are, sometimes financially it's challenging in college, and I was trying to think of different ways that I could help pay for my education. We were tight with my dad lost his job, and so I was trying to think of different ways that I can serve without interfering too much with my education. So then I thought, when my dad served in the Army, he was in World War II, he served, and I thought, wow, and I always admired him for that. And so then I was thinking about what I could do to help cover funds, but also get through college. So I said, let me sign up for the reserves, Army Reserves, and went to Fort Leonard Wood, which is down, it's called, that nickname is Fort Lost in the Woods, which is down in Missouri, and it's actually pretty lost in the woods. And not a whole lot of places to go from there. And I did my boot camp there, spent about 8 to 9 weeks there. And then from there, I served as a reservist every year. We go every 1 week in a month. And then we went to my second part of my training that was in, that was in New Jersey. And so that was my advanced training. Yeah, and so I did this while I was in college, and it was a great way to serve, also to help pay for my education, that was racking up bills with my family, and I wanted to contribute and help out. Education is expensive, and so by serving, you serve the country, but also they have programs, the GI Bill, loan repayment, that really cut down the cost of education. I would say my education was reduced by maybe a third the cost by the loan repayment program that the Army Reserve had at the time. And I'm sure it's even better nowadays. Well, I was a part of a school unit, which is kind of interesting. Now I'm a school teacher. But when I moved back to this area, I served in a school leadership. And so met a lot of people. And that might have been a part of the reason I wanted to get into, be back to a high school teacher again. Because at one time I taught and then I stopped teaching for 4 years. And then while I was not teaching, I was part of the instructional company for the Army Reserve, and that got me thinking about teaching, and then I ended up, you know what, I want to teach again, and I'm very glad I did. Obviously, you teach something that you're good at, and I always am very interested in science, and I worked in a lab between my two teaching careers, I guess, and so that was what my skill set was, but I wanted to, you know, make a difference with young people, and I felt science was my area that I can do well, but be a teacher too. I do speak to some of my students about, you know, the country that we live in and the freedoms that we have, and not to take it for granted. And obviously, in order, that freedom is never free. People had to serve, battles were fought, people's lives were, you know, people lost members of their family. So I think that's important for students to recognize, and it's not all about me or all about myself. So in terms of serving, I think that is something that all the students should be aware of, and I don't think always students are aware of. You know, I really appreciate too, by the way, is how often I'm thanked. It's, even though it, you know, I served between 85 and about 91, 92, that era, so that's quite a bit of time ago. But still, you know, people say thank you for your service, you know, which is very nice, you know, and the students say to do the same thing. I think it's good for anyone to serve in some capacity. You know, serving others is important, whether it's in the military or even serving, you know, in a hospital or wherever. I think it's important to serve others, so people, and the young people, realize that there's more out there than themselves, and I think that's important. So myself, I've been serving in other aspects. You know, as a teacher, you're always serving in a sense, but coaching and various things, and so a club director, but you know, even outside of school, you know, at my church. So I think serving is important, and I think we should all maintain that kind of way we look at life.
Students at East Campus will participate in this year's Career Week from November 19th to the 22nd. Students will receive an email with the dates, times, and locations of the speaker presentations that they signed up to attend. On Thursday during second period, we will have a team from Fox News talking to students. They will have a camera operator and a broadcast person presenting. On Friday during third period, we have Brett Vickery, LTHS alum, who is a traffic reporter for WGN, talking to students. If any of you are interested, reach out to Mrs. Fields or Mrs. Crosby in the guidance office. It is also okay if you already signed up for 2 speakers, you can still be added.
Student volunteers are still needed for this year's Christmas Crossroads event. All porters are welcome to volunteer. The dates needed for volunteers are Friday, November 22nd for setup and Sunday, November 24th for takedown. To sign up and for more information, students can log into their Schoollinks account. On Thursday, November 7th, 2024, 32 students from Lockport Township High School Engineering Design, Architecture, Welding, Digital Pathways, STEM Exploration, and Introduction to Engineering Design courses completed at the 20th Annual TSA Technology Day competition at Illinois State University. Congratulations to the teams of David Krzyzak and Gabriel Sott for placing first in Invention/Innovation Level 2. Josephine Baranowski and Olivia Priest for placing second in Engineering Design Level 1. To see the complete list of teams and their respective placements, please visit the LTHS website. The Lockport Township High School Black Affinity BSU Black Student Union, sponsored by Dean Joff, is holding its first meeting this Thursday in the Central Campus Little Theater. Come to join us from 3:05 to 4:15 to see what BSU is all about, connect with friends, and support our mission to amplify Black voices at LTHS. The meeting details are on Thursday at 3:05 to 4:15. The location is the Central Campus Little Theater. Look for the signs around campus, scan the QR codes, or just come out to learn more and get involved. We hope to see you there. A great ceremony was held on Wednesday, November 13th to celebrate and honor our student athletes who will continue their education and athletic careers at the next level. We can't wait to see what the future holds for these outstanding porters. This week we want to share some weather facts, and we're due for colder weather and we'll finally see more of a chill this week with the potential for low temperatures to reach 32 or below for the first time this season. The 30-year average date for the first freezing or below temperature at O'Hare Airport is October 19th. Over the last decade, from 2014 to 2023, the average first freeze date is about 2 weeks later, November 3rd. During that 10-year period, the earliest freeze was October 13th and the latest was November 12th. The first freeze of the season has happened on October 30th 3 times over the last decade. That happened in 2014, 2019, and 2023. As for the all-time record for first seasonal freeze, or lower Chicago, the earliest was September 22nd, 1995 at 32 degrees, and the latest was November 24th, 1931 at 30 degrees.
Odd news. A plane was grounded for 4 days at a Portuguese airport when 132 hamsters escaped from boxes in the cargo hold. The TAP Air Portugal flight from Lisbon to Ponta Delgada Airport featured a full contingent of passengers as well as hamsters, ferrets, and birds en route to a pet store. The flight ended up grounded in Ponta Delgada when 132 hamsters were found to have escaped into the cargo hold. Officials said that the plane was kept at the airport for safety reasons, as the hamsters could pose a risk to the plane's electrical wires. Workers spent 4 days scouring the plane for loose rodents, and the Airbus A320 finally returned to Lisbon on Sunday.
Well, that's it for your LTHS Week in Review. I'm Nola. Thanks for watching, and go Porters!